Hi there, welcome to our visualization of the world map of foreign direct investment. Since most FDI is confined to a relatively small number of countries, we're going to focus just on the top 30 countries involved both as a source of funds and as a destination for those funds. However, the data for all the countries is included in the database accompanying this course. We're going to divide our analysis into two parts, stocks and flows. When we talk about stocks, we're looking at the accumulated ownership of foreign assets built up over the years. When we talk about flows, we're looking at where an investor places their money in a particular year. The year we're going to be examining, the latest year for which data is available, is 2012. If we look at the bar diagram for the stock of outward investment, we can see that the United States still holds an impressive 22% of the world's FDI assets. But this has fallen from a peak of 45% in 1986. Even so, it remains far ahead of the United Kingdom, the second-placed economy. Hong Kong, in fifth place, is interesting. It functions as a gateway to China, and as late as 1989 it held only 0.5% of the world's FDI. The British Virgin Islands, a nice little tax paradise that appears in 14th place, was too small even to register in the statistics before 1988. On the inward stocks diagram, the United States is also the world's largest destination for FDI, although it still has a substantial outward balance. It's then followed by Hong Kong, whose function as a conduit of funds towards China has substantially diminished since the 1980s. Looking down the list, you find countries like India and Indonesia that have largely built up their position since the turn of the millennium. Now let's turn and look at which countries are the most active foreign direct investors in 2012. And here we see the United States still the world's largest player, with an investment of almost 4 times the size of that of China in third place. China's activity as a foreign direct investor dates from around the turn of the millennium. Russia, in 8th place, began even later, about a decade ago, though other countries, such as Cyprus, have probably acted as a conduit for Russian funds long before then. Looking at the inward flow of funds, the United States still holds an attraction for foreign investors, followed by China and Hong Kong. Brazil and the British Virgins have only come to the attention of investors in the past 4 or 5 years. Russia's increased popularity, on the other hand, dates from about a decade ago. So let's get started. Now you have to remember that the flow data is for 1 year only. 2013 could significantly change the picture, certainly for specific countries. The Netherlands, for example, before the recent financial crisis, was always amongst the largest foreign investors, and it actually reduced its foreign asset holdings in 2012. And it could probably bounce back when the new data is released. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this overview of foreign direct investment. If a country in which you're interested hasn't appeared, rest assured you'll be able to find them in the database.